Every time I blinked, my room changed slightly. The first time it happened, I blamed exhaustion. My eyes were heavy, the clock on my nightstand glowed 3:17 a.m. I blinked, a long, slow blink, and when my eyelids fluttered open, the familiar stack of books on my bedside table was gone. Replaced by a small, framed photo of a lighthouse I'd never seen. My name's Ethan Cole, and I'm 29, and that was a year ago. That was just the beginning of the nightmare. I blinked again, harder this time, rubbing my eyes. The photo was still there. The books were still gone. A prickle of unease snaked down my spine. I got up, turned on the light. The room was perfectly normal. The lighthouse photo vanished, the books reappeared. I told myself it was a hallucination, a trick of the light, too much screen time. My girlfriend, Chloe, who's 28, would have laughed it off and told me to get more sleep. But it didn't stop. It happened again the next night, and the night after that. Every time I blinked, my room changed slightly. The color of my curtains would shift from blue to green. The pattern on my duvet would morph from stripes to polka dots. A painting on the wall, a landscape I'd owned for years, would briefly transform into a portrait of a stranger. My dog, Buddy, a lazy old golden retriever, would sometimes appear as a sleek black cat for a split second, before reverting to his usual furry self. It was always subtle, fleeting, lasting only as long as my eyes were closed for that brief moment. But it was undeniably happening. I started taking mental notes, desperate to prove I wasn't losing my mind. The changes were random, illogical, never following any discernible pattern. My best friend, Liam, 29, a pragmatic engineer, would have surely told me I needed a psychiatrist. I tried to control it, to force myself not to blink. But it's an involuntary action, impossible to suppress for long. The more I focused, the more anxious I became, and the more frequent and jarring the shifts seemed to be. My own room, the place that had always been my sanctuary, became a revolving door of impossible realities, each blink a jump into a slightly altered existence. It was like living in a glitch, and I was trapped in its endless loop. Make sure to like, share and subscribe to keep us motivated.